Hello, everybody, and welcome to Bristol Motor Speedway and GarageCam, your all-access tour, the only show that gives you a hot pass inside the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series garage. You're looking at Dave Blaney's number 37, and off to the right of there. If you're watching this live, you see that chat room, our interactive garage. Hop in, tell us who you are, where you're from, what you want to see here. Look, he's impersonating me because I'm always using my hands when I'm talking on NASCAR.com. So tell us who you are, what you want to see here today, and let's have some fun. Hey, look, it's Patman Perrin. Patrick Perrin has been a stat guy here in NASCAR for years. We're going to introduce you to the world, Patrick. Tell everybody what you do, because you're one of the best stat guys, gurus in NASCAR.
Well, I don't know if I'm the best stat guy in NASCAR, but I'll tell you this. Right now, I'm just checking crew chiefs here on pit road, making sure that we have all the correct crew chief names in case we have to do them for graphics. So I walk up and down pit road, make sure that we have them all. When practice starts, that's when all the crew chiefs come out, so I check them all off my list, make sure that they're all here.
Give us your coolest stat for this week, because ESPN, you see all the good stats.
Well, this is a great one. 27 years ago today, Dale Earnhardt won the night race at Bristol as a championship leader. That was the last time the championship leader won a Bristol race. Bristol race altogether. So Jeff Gordon tomorrow night has his work cut out for him. We'll see if he can break the streak.
All right, Patman Perrin. Hey, and you know what? Patrick and I have the best handshake ever. Let's see if we can do it live on GarageCam. Ready? Woo! Oh, we have too much fun here. Hey, you see this right here? We don't have nationwide GarageCam, but the nationwide cars will be on track tonight, so make sure you tune in to that race. Oh, the Nationwide Series always puts on a good show here. But hey, we're walking out to, it's GarageCam, but we're open air GarageCam today as we pass Landon Castle's car. One Tank Power Renew CRC. New sponsor on board. New sponsor on board for One Tank CRC, Landon Castle today. Great to see a new sponsor in the series. Here's David Stremmy's number 33 car. Good to see David Stremme back in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series here with the 33, Joe Falk. Little Joe's Autos team. Michael McDowell, Private Financial, and hey, our audio guy hates when we do this, but guess what, CJ? Wake up, everybody. It looked like you had a golf club there. You gonna golf? CJ is a single guy and an avid golfer. He may not golf well, but there's other things he does well. The 83, Ryan Trix. Good to see Ryan Trix back this week after a really tough lick last week in the wall. At Michigan, a very, very hard hit, as hard as you're going to hit, basically. And there's this PR guy doubling as a sticker guy. What do you put? Come on, let's see. Make sure you get it straight. Make sure you get it straight. No pressure now, Ian Boy. PR guy and dual role today. Look at that. There you go. Oh, you got to love it. Hey, look who's back in the Cup Series making his attempt at his third career Cup Series start, and that is Brett Moffitt, the NASCAR K&N E-Series standout. Doing a really fantastic job when he's been behind the wheel of this number 66. Michael Waltrip very high on this young rookie. Josh Wise, new paint scheme with the Providence Metals number 98. He's got some coin on there. Check that out. I mean, he had the Dogecoin on earlier this year, and now we've got this, Providence Metals. Gotta love it. Zombucks. I don't know what that is. It's like a zombie dollar or American Zombuff. Very interesting, but you gotta love it. Josh Wise in this group with Dogecoin. Dogecoin, you see it on the C-post right there. Always interesting things on this card, Dogecoin. You gotta love the internet world. We're in the internet world, man. We're NASCAR.com. We're interactive. We love Dogecoin and all that stuff. It's kind of different. CorvetteParts.net on the side of J.J. Yaley's number 32. J.J. Yaley coming aboard this weekend on the number 32 that has a revolving tour of drivers throughout this season. Red Buck cigars on the hood of this car, meaning Tab Boyd, spotter for Joey Logano, would probably like to have this on his car too. Big cigar aficionado. J.J. Alley, though, with definitely a colorful car today. Alex Bowman, you've seen this car a million times, but check it out. You know what's really cool on this car? The 10th anniversary sticker for Victory Junction. An awesome, awesome deal over there at Victory Junction. If you haven't checked it out, check out Victory Junction's website. Donate, go volunteer, do whatever you can. I've been over to the camp, and it's a beautiful thing. Reed Sorensen with the flat black TBR, number 36 this week. Cole Witt, speed gear, speed stick on board. It's hot and humid today at Bristol. It's not that hot yet because, as you can see, it's a little bit overcast. So when the sun breaks out, I think we're all going to need some speed stick. Good sponsor plug. What do you think? You know, it's really cool how slammed down low these cars are. And you look at David Reagan's car right here, the Dockside Logistics number 34. It's slammed down pretty low. Some cars you won't see slammed down as low as others here at Bristol. Some of them running conventional setups with conventional front-end suspension with the springs. Some of them riding the coil-bound setup, which basically means you're running the softest springs you can, maybe a big bar, and the thing is stuck down to the ground throughout. You see the conventional setup, you'll see these noses raised on the front stretch and then slam down in the turn. So take a look at that today in practice if you're watching TV. Number 7, Michael Annette. David Gillen, I got to say, David Gillen's looking a little orange today. We got a little orange scheme. New paint schemes to show you every week. Got to love GarageCam because you see it on our website where we try to show you the paint scheme previews each week on NASCAR.com, and then on GarageCam you get to see it right here. Let's see, who was the first in chat? We haven't got anybody in the chat yet. We got to get some shout-outs here. Carol McGlynn, happy Fast Friday. I would like to see the SHR team and wish Jeff Burton good luck. Let's make sure we get a few more shout-outs and a few more things on there. Some requests. We got to love saying your name on the internet here. We love having you guys because guess what? You're as important as part of this show as this guy talking and doing the camera. Brenda Worley, it's Bristol, baby, right in my backyard. And guess what, Brenda Worley? I think you're going to be here this week, and I hope you are. If you are, come say hello. We love to meet all the race fans here at Bristol. Haley Allen checking in, looking at Danica Patrick's car. She's checking in here from Australia in our interactive garage today. That's awesome. Welcome. Welcome, mate. I'm sorry, I'll never do an Australian accent again, I promise. But hey, that was special just for you. Don't hate, don't hate. The number 17 with a little tribute on the door. The gentleman that helped Ricky Stenhouse get his career started within sprint car racing. Ricky Stenhouse, of course, coming from those open wheel sprint car ranks, never forgetting his roots, paying tribute to a fallen friend. Martin Truex Jr., World Vision on board this weekend. We've seen this paint scheme, I believe, once before this season. And we look over to the Geico rocket right here, trying to do something, maybe desperate to make it into the chase as they tune the engine on the Geico number 13. There's a lot of desperation going into weekends like this, weekends like Atlanta and Richmond now, that we close in on the chase. There's not many opportunities now to make the playoffs, okay? You're going to have to either win and guarantee yourself in, or you're going to have to finish high in points. Well, some of these guys can't creep up there enough in points, so they need to win. They need to win now, and it's desperation, or else they're just racing the rest of the season to stay as high as they can in the points. But if you want to make the NASCAR playoffs, you got to win, baby. And this is a guy that did just that in Martinsville this year, the Outlaw. You see that win sticker right there? Hasn't had the greatest season as Kurt Busch, but that sticker right there got them into the chase. And that's all important. The 14 car, the Bass Pro Shops Mobile 1, number 14, usually driven by Tony Stewart. We wish Tony well. And he has decided to sit out yet another race here, this race here at Bristol. And once again, for the second week in a row in the car, will be veteran racer Jeff Burton. Great to see Jeff Burton back in our garage. He will be in the NBC booth next year, adding his expertise. It's great because you're talking about Jeff Burton, a guy that's done a lot in the sport. Both behind the wheel and as a safety advocate, a voice kind of for the drivers at times. And now he lends his expertise to the broadcast booth. That's going to be a great thing for everybody in the sport next year with NBC. AJ Allmendinger. Oh, another guy. You want to talk about the importance of winning? There it is, the sticker right there. The win sticker for the number 47 team. And A.J. Allmendinger, well, not much pressure this weekend in this race because he's got himself in the chase, and not much to learn by this race because we don't have any other tracks that are in the chase that are really like this. Maybe you can kind of compare Dover, but they're completely different the way they drive. So not much pressure on this 47 team. A.J. Allmendinger having a good time. It's all about momentum for the team. It's maybe not learning stuff, but it's getting on a good roll. They ran strong last week. Some did not expect them to run strong at Michigan, but they did do so. So this 47 team, look out for it. And remember, this is the place where A.J. Allmendinger made his first ever Sprint Cup Series start. Eric Amarola, the number 43 STP ride. You got to love when you see STP on board. And guess what? They've got a pretty cool hashtag. We love being interactive here. Hashtag Chasebound for the STP number 43. That's great to see. Andy Jeffers working hard, the Tennessee native, making sure all the in-car camera stickers and everything is placed properly. A hush falls on Bristol, and we can hear ourselves talk again. I can talk in the slow, smooth jazz voice now and not have to shout because the engines have turned off here, most of them here. As we're only about maybe 20 minutes or so away from practice here at Bristol Motor Speedway. The first practice. We've had a lot of on-track activity, though, this weekend, okay? We've had the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour running their big event here. Congratulations to first-time winner Tommy Barrett, New England kid, and a great effort. And then the Truck Series yesterday, it was rained out on Wednesday, and Brad Keselowski got his first win. And there's Big Mac, Jamie McMurray, about to climb into his number 1 here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Always a great time here at Bristol. What's up there, Jamie Mack? Hey, let me ask you a question. Okay.
I feel like it's a weekly event.
This is. Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
You're
yeah.
okay with that.
Yep.
All right. Let me ask you a question. The first time you came to Bristol, do you remember it?
I do. Yep. I remember walking in here and seeing like the amount of grandstands. We all grew up racing short tracks, but when you get here, it's crazy. To see how big it is.
Do you remember that first lap, though? I know a lot of guys say they gripped the wheel real tight or they weren't breathing.
It's different now. Before they did the repave 4 or 5 years ago, I think it was a lot more intense of a lap. The transition from the straightaways to the corners is a little easier now than what we had back then. But you used to run your first 5 laps here and not breathe. It's just unbelievable. And I remember my rookie year, Sterling, who had been around since like the 40s, I think, racing, right? He was like, it's still the same thing for him. It's just one of those places that took a little while to get acclimated to. Fun racetrack, though. Really fun place.
All right, well, go have fun, Jamie Mack. Right here, Jamie Mack in the McDonald's number 1 Chevrolet. And the photographer snapping away some pictures at Jamie Mack in that beautiful number 1 machine. Brian Vickers, another guy to look for this weekend. I think the number 1 could be strong, but look out for the number 55. Traditionally, the last few years, Brian Vickers really does well at this racetrack. And you want to talk about a driver that can eke out a win and maybe get in the chase? This could be your guy right here, Brian Vickers, a dark horse pick for this weekend. So if you're playing NASCAR Fantasy live on NASCAR.com, or you play your fantasy elsewhere, which, come on, play it on NASCAR.com, dude, really? Number 55, look out. He might be a little more high price this weekend, but it could be worth it as a pick. Hey, the Serta sheep. You got to love the Serta sheep. Check that out. Number 1, baby, on the number 27 of Paul Menard this weekend. The Racing Sheep. No sheep impersonations? Who else we got in the chat room here as we look at the Marcos Ambrose machine? Let's see. We'll make sure we get this stuff shown to us because we got to love this here. Reese Verrett checking in from LA at 7:40 a.m. Here. Will you please show Jamie McMurray? That's awesome. That's awesome. We're glad that we got your driver on there for sure. We love reading your names here on NASCAR.com. It's not all about showing you the cars and the drivers and talking to personalities, but hey, it's about talking to you guys too. You guys are the show right here. The number 11 car of Denny Hamlin. The number 9 here, I'll tell you this. I don't mean to be Debbie Downer here, but this is, we say it every week, this is your best shot to get in the chase each week because you got to win pretty much to make it in if you're at this point of the garage on. And Marcos Ambrose, it could be no truer than this weekend because Marcos Ambrose can get it done at this racetrack and has shown that. Hasn't gotten a win here. But this is a weekend where he could do it. Their downforce stuff has not been that great. So Atlanta, maybe not a track they could do it at. So right here, a big weekend for this number 9 team. Denny Hamlin with that Talladega win secures his place in the chase, the number 11. And Kyle Busch. The JGR teams pitted right next to each other. And big news, of course, from JGR Racing. They will have a new teammate next year, and that is Carl Edwards. Number 19 machine will join and be a 4-car operation here for the Toyota camp. The double mint colors for the 5-time winner. We're halfway, says Baltimore Oriole fan and our producer this week, Jaeger. But 5-time winner here, Kyle Busch. The number 42 of Kyle Larson. Remember, he finished 10th in his debut here at the racetrack, known as the Last Great Coliseum. So an impressive debut in the Cup Series. Has had some good runs in the trucks and in nationwide. But you look at Kyle Busch right here, and he joins a list of active drivers. 3 of them, Kurt Busch, his brother, and Jeff Gordon, all with 5 wins, leading active drivers as far as wins here. Of course, Darrell Waltrip, the king of this place, 12 wins all time. I don't think anybody's going to ever touch that mark. You know what? That stat was great stuff. Okay, cheesy line of the day, but great stuff. Dow on board, a new paint scheme for Austin Dillon here, and a new helmet even that says great stuff on it. Well, you see this number 3 car with the new paint scheme. There is Austin Dillon's hat for today. Here is the number 5 car, Casey Kane, another guy trying to get himself into the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Championship. Greg Biffle, big news surrounding this team, of course. Today, a press conference just getting done about 30-40 minutes ago, announcing their new sponsorship for the 2015 season. Ortho, Fire Ant Killer. I'll tell you what, the car looks pretty bad. It's awesome, man. It's a black and red machine. You could see it. Let's see. Oh, wait. Yeah, we got some Biffle fans now chiming in the chat room. You got to love it. Nicholas Capoli. Can I please see the number 16 help our heroes forward of Greg Biffle? Well, he'll have a new sponsor next year, but until then, the 3M is still on board, a very loyal sponsor to NASCAR and Greg Biffle and Roush Racing. But Hire Our Heroes, a great program right here, because a lot of people come back from serving our nation and need jobs. And we need people to help them, place them, and get jobs. And Hire for Heroes does just that. It's Buzz working on the rear deck lid. Hi, Buzz. How are you doing? Okay, we're going to put Al and Buzz on the spot here.
I don't know if I want that.
I know you don't, but it's Bristol, baby. Did you go to a big high bank short track last night? I'm predicting you did.
I did not get here till 10.
You didn't get here till 10?
No high banks. No
okay,
short.
so what's so exciting for a crew guy here at Bristol? You know, is it the old school pitting out here with nothing, no overhang?
I think just once they get going, how fast it is, how out of control it looks at times. Just watching that.
All right, Alan Buzz right here, one of the coolest crew guys in the on pit road. Good friend of ours here on NASCAR.com, and love introducing you to some of those guys too, because it's not all about the drivers. And here is Kyle Larson, about to climb into his number 42 right here. We'll see if we could get a word with him real quick. What's up, Kyle Larson? How you doing, bud?
I'm good.
About to get a little busy here at Bristol, but now you're kind of becoming a veteran here. You feeling a little more comfortable here at Bristol?
Yeah, I like Bristol. It's fun. It's right on the wall. You can hit the walls, so I like it.
But just don't do it as hard as Eldora,
yeah,
but
yeah.
put on a show like that.
I got it a couple times yesterday in nationwide practice, so hopefully I'm done. I'm done hitting the wall.
Well, top 10 finish, I believe 10th the first time you're here in the Cup car.
Yeah.
Wanting to make it one better. What do you think for this weekend?
Hopefully make it a handful better and get a win. We definitely need a win after last week, so Bristol's a good place for it. I think we've been faster. Every time I've been here, I think I've been in the top 10. So, yeah, hope we can get a win.
All right, Larson, have a great day, man. He'll be driving this number 42 white Rocket right here with Target on the hood. Well, let's get you back down because, actually, you know what? Greg Biffle is right up here. And here is Greg Biffle next to his Hire Our Heroes, number 16. See if we get in, have a little word with Biff here, right here. You just got done with a big press conference, but now you have that great news, but now you got to get to the task at hand, and it's practice here in this Hire for Heroes car.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. You know, Robbie's just reminded me of my screw up in the spring.
Great to have Robbie Reiser back too.
I promised him I wouldn't do that again. So now we're getting ready to get on the track and, you know, see what kind of speed we got. And, you know, weather's a little iffy, so we want to get on the track, get as much practice as we can.
What about this Hire for Heroes program? Because you hear so much about it, and it really is a great thing, Greg.
Man, it is so great what all of our men and women do for us as a country. And you know, I was up late last night watching videos of what, you know, I don't know how I got on this YouTube thread, but people trying to take away all those freedoms we enjoy, you know, and there's some passionate people about it, but really excited that 3M and everybody giving those guys an opportunity for a new career path when they come home.
All right, Greg, thanks a lot. We appreciate it. Greg Biffle here doing great things, and excited for a new sponsor next year, and excited to get back on the track at Bristol. Clint Boyer in the number 15 machine here, and Ryan Newman. Newman in the 31 right here. And there is the two drivers sitting here having a little bit of a conversation. Of course, Ryan Newman pulling double duty this weekend. He was in a modified. Kevin Bono Mannion and them owning a modified, and putting on one heck of a show this week. All right, Boyer, what's the matter? What you got?
Angry Ryan is chewing my butt right now.
What's he chewing your butt for?
I told him, I was like, I've done learned that the hard way. It's just best to not get in any altercations with anybody because it creates a lot of work for you during the week that you don't want to do.
Good stuff. And there is Newman. He's about to climb in. He's pulled double duty this weekend, had a lot of fun with that NASCAR modified on Wednesday, but now back to the work at hand, climbing into this number 31 machine here, the Caterpillar car. Having some fun here with the photographers and Sunoco rep right here. If you haven't checked out the @Sunoco Racing Twitter, make sure you check it out because she does a great job with it right here. And having a little bit of fun. We must have been taking some really fun pictures with the boys, and it's all about speed here at Bristol, but it's all about some fun and camaraderie, isn't it?
It is fun, and my guys took part in a little camaraderie this week. They went to Vince Neil, had him out to the Motley Crue concert.
Ah, sweet, man.
They were telling some stories that were pretty funny. So,
and Vince Neil's a huge NASCAR fan.
Yes,
so.
Vince is awesome. I guess Alice Cooper was really cool, and everybody had a really good time. So they were just telling us stories from that. I hate
Alice
that I
Cooper
missed it.
looks scary, but he's not. He's the nicest guy.
We were just talking about, they said 66 years old and rocking. I mean, just going at it. So
So are you going to be, when you're 66, I want to know, what are you going to be doing?
I don't know. I hope I'm having fun. I hope I'm still around. That's what we were saying. How do these guys do it? I mean, they live hard. They rock and roll lifestyle, and they're up there, you know, forever. So, yeah, maybe I got to quit working out.
Well, hey, go rock and roll on this number 99. Carl Edwards always joining us here at NASCAR.com. And wow, the throngs of media around the number 48 of Jimmy Johnson. I think the entire media brigade has arrived here. If you look at this, we got Jason Smith right here. We got all these photographers. What are they all looking at? All looking at Jimmy Johnson about to climb in here at Bristol, a place where he's seen victory here on the half mile, the world's fastest half mile. Johnson looking for another win. He's got 3 on the season this year, Jimmy Johnson does. And we go over to a guy who's got 2 wins so far this season, and I know, Tigra, if you're watching this show, I'm sure you want to see your main man. Yes, you do. I see it right there now. Tigra, I need to see my man, Kevin Harvick. There is the freaky fast Chevrolet of Kevin Harvick. Drivers starting to strap into their cars right now. Helmets are on, so probably won't be talking to many people. But Matt Kenseth is all strapped in. He was in a press conference earlier this morning. He's in the Dollar General Toyota this week, and here is Joey Logano. Joey having some fun here at Bristol. Putting the helmet on is Joey Logano, ready to go. Get you a close look, and thumbs up there of sliced bread, as we like to call him. Haven't heard that nickname as much anymore. Brad Keselowski in the Worth number 2 scheme this week. Of course, the big win yesterday in the Camping World Truck Series, a great win to see for his family. been involved in that series for so long, since its inception, the Keselowski family. And also it was a great deal to see Doug Randolph, longtime crew chief Doug Randolph, get that victory, because Doug Randolph has done a lot in the sport, and he's a super nice guy. So great to see that for Doug Randolph and that number 19 Brad Keselowski Racing Group. And here, right here, Dale Earnhardt Jr., the Diet Mountain Dew, number 88 Chevrolet. One of your favorites right there. All the people in the chat room that want to see, all Junior Nation that want to see the number 88. There you go. And last week we missed this driver over here. But hey, it's Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon right here with that, one of the best paint schemes. The 3-time winner this year, Jeff Gordon. Interesting stat, of course, brought up by Patrick Perrin earlier in the show about the fact that the points leader hasn't won here in many, many years since Dale Earnhardt did it. I believe that was the year he pretty much, let's just say it, he dumped Dale Earnhardt Sr., dumped Terry Labonte to win this race. The old bump and run, but it was pretty much a dump. I was here that night as a youngster in the media, and we'll never forget the crowd reaction here in the last great Coliseum, because it was like 15, 20 minutes after the race, and the place was still buzzing. And that's what Bristol's all about. So much action here. So if you've never been to Bristol, put it on your bucket list. This place is so fast. We've been racing here for about, well, my math may not be good, 73 years, since 1961. Jack Smith winning the first ever race here at Bristol. First pole to Fred Lorenzen. Gotta love Fred Lorenzen. Let's see, I think it was Denny Hamlin that got the pole last time we were here. Lorenzen's speed was about 79 miles per hour. Well, Denny Hamlin's 129.991, so these cars get around this half mile lightning quick. All right, you hear that right now. That means the cars are pulling out from pit road here. Make sure to tune in next week to GarageCam. We're going to have GarageCam from Atlanta Motor Speedway. We're going to have a nationwide show next week and have a Cup show. We're going to be busy boys next week here on NASCAR.com. GarageCam, all interactive and all for you guys, the race fan on NASCAR.com. The cars are firing up. The crew's buttoning up the window nets. And we're about to get busy here in practice for the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. Crews are inside the number 27 car right now. Flashlights, you got 2 crew members diving in there, working on something. A possible minor problem here for the Menards number 27. Paul not in the vehicle yet. They're actually working on one of the gauges, it looks like, on the dashboard. I'll tell you, on a hot, humid day, that's one of the worst things to do, is to rush around and dive into a race car and be working on it. About 2 minutes to go. The officials are about to blow the whistle here as we look at a long line of cars. If you're a cake fan, and well, I'm a cake fan eating it, but if you're a cake fan of music, that's a song lyric right there, long line of cars, because a bunch of cars are about to thunder to life here at Bristol Motor Speedway. The Irwin Tools Night Race on ABC, 7:30 p.m. Oh, we can't wait to show that to you. Make sure you tune in to NASCAR.com for all your news. Actually, today, Alan Cavana will be bringing you up to speed. We'll be talking about the Greg Biffle sponsorship announcement, as well as whatever happens today here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Marcus Ambrose. Well, he's not pulling out. What he's doing, folks, just to show you, he's not allowed to pull off. They pull off in points order. What he's doing is pulling that car forward, and what he'll do is he'll make sure the steering wheel is straight. He makes sure these wheels are aligned straight, and then he takes the steering wheel off, as you see it there, and lines it straight so that little dash is on the top. So he knows that little mark on the center of his steering wheel is pointed. When that's pointed straight, the wheels are completely straight. It's called indexing your wheel. If you're a race car driver, it's second habit, but one of those things that a lot of you guys don't get to see here on a Cup weekend on TV. Brian Vickers strapped into his car. Eric Amarola. Let's give you a look inside. Smokes number 14 and Jeff Burton. All right, the cars are rolling out. Jeff Gordon leads the way. He's led so many laps here as far as active people, 2,713 laps. How many more will he lead this weekend? Make sure you tune in 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to ESPN. And let's let you listen to these cars as they roll out here, because there's nothing like the sound of a stock car. And oh, they're going to make a lot of noise here in just seconds at Bristol Motor Speedway. Jeff Gordon is on the track. Practice is underway. I'm your host, Matthew Dilder. Until next time, we'll see you at the races.